Okay, there we go. All right, let's do this. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us on a virtual campus tour of American River College. My name is Juana Barajas, and I am part of the outreach team here at American River College. Joining us is our wonderful tour guide, Aisha, who will be introducing herself in just a few minutes. So here at American River College, our vision, mission, and commitment are focused on inclusion and equity. We provide students in academically rich and inclusive environments for them to be most successful they can be, whether it's to strengthen basic skills, earn degrees and certificates, transfer to other colleges, or even achieve career goals and academic and personal goals. American River College strives to uphold the dignity and humanity of every student and employee. We are committed to equity and social justice through equity-minded education, transformative leadership, and community engagement. We want you to feel welcome and be a part of our community. Here's a general map of the ARC campus. This map is organized in colored zones and has a list of departments and resources that can be found in that area. We will be going through each zone in further detail in a bit. Before we get into our main American River College campus, we want you to be aware that we have 3 other campus centers. College credit classes are taught at several off-campus locations in the northern and northeastern areas of the Sacramento County. These classes offer the same credit as those taught on the main campus, and students can complete most degrees requirements as well. Some centers also offer counseling and other services. So we have our Natomas Education Center, our McClellan Center and Sacramento Regional Public Safety Training Center, and our Mather Center. As I mentioned before, we have a wonderful tour guide here to help us take us through our campus. Welcome, Aisha, and please tell us more about yourself.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Aisha Abdul-Jabbar. I have been an ARC student for 3 years, so you expect me to know the school very well, and I actually do. I have gave this tour so many times, but I could tell you this time it kind of feels quite different. And I'm quite disappointed that we're not on campus, because the first thing that I would do when I'm leading a campus tour is tell you about how beautiful the weather is. I truly hope that you take a look outside of your window or maybe sit outside for a little bit and watch this video and see how beautiful the weather it is. But if you were at ARC, you would never want to leave it, my home. And today we're gonna go to the first stop. I'm gonna try my best to describe it in full detail so I could let you see what I love about ARC. So my first favorite spot and my favorite department on the whole campus, sorry, I'm trying not to be biased, but the Fine and Applied Art department. As you can already see, it's art, and I am so into art. And if you're interested in art, either for your major or just for a hobby, then you might want to listen closer. So I'm gonna tell you a little about what the Fine and Applied Art department does. So this division serves students, faculty, staff, and the greater Sacramento community through the Jane Conk Art Gallery, the Art Cafe, and bakery, and music and theater performance. You have already heard me listing so many cool things. A bakery and a theater, wow. And the food is so rich and with high quality. And we're gonna get to that later, and I can tell you more in detail about the great food and the performance that we have in that department. But you might want to know about the programs and major that is included in the Fine and Applied Art. First, of course, art. Very obvious. And we have art and new media. We have commercial music, fashion, hospitality management, interior design, music, photography, and theater art. So if you're interested in any of these, you have it at AUC. So I'm gonna tell you a bit about each major. and it might spike in interest for you. First, we have our music. So in the ARC, music provides students with a foundation in music theory, history, performance, and production. We have all kind of different genres of music like jazz band, orchestra, and many others. And now I'm going to tell you about theater. That is very famous. We got people from all over town that comes to ARC to see the performance that ARC student hosts. And we have the coloring art, my favorite. When I was on campus, I would always go there to grab a cup of coffee and a really nice snack. And I truly hope that you're thinking about going to ARC. And if you do come to ARC, you would understand what I'm talking about and why the food tastes so good, because it is made by our students and it's run by a student, made by a student. So there's like that thing, passion of the heart they put in the food. And we got the James Cone Gallery Museum. Again, in that gallery, imagine a campus with an art museum. So if you're having a stressful day, you could just go there and maybe take a look at the art that student usually hosts or the professors. It's breathtaking and it kind of gets you away from life stress. Next, we have our very, very famous department, science and engineering. Before I became an English major, I was a science major, and I could tell you they have the best professors. It felt like I was at a university level. So if you're interested in this area, don't think it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be quite tough, but at the same time, you're gonna be at a level where you're gonna feel like a genius, because I actually felt like a genius, but you know, I love art, so went to English. So let me tell you a bit about our science and engineering program. So the science program provides a broad study in the field of biological science, chemistry, earth science, natural resource, and preparation to transfer to four-year institution. So all my science and engineering major, we got you. Come to ARC and you're gonna have a smooth, fast pace to transfer with a great background of knowledge. And I'm gonna list the major that the science and engineering department has. So the programs and major, it has astronomy, biology, chemistry, engineering, health education, natural resource, and physics science, and physical science and physics, and of course, general science. And I took a physics class and it was incredible because just understanding how the world works. So you don't even need to be a science major to take one of these classes and learn about how our whole planet works. And when you do enter, if you're planning to come to ARC, there's something called general education, because we want our student to be very well-rounded, and you're gonna take many different classes in different departments. So just to see what you actually really want, even if you know what you really want, but just in case, you never know, like me, I was a science major. Suddenly I wanted to do English because I love talking and writing. So that's perfect for me. Okay, so our next spot is the Welcome Support Center. When I enter that department, my voice becomes a little bit louder. And the reason for that is like the most important place in the whole campus to get started. It is the beginning of all beginning, if that makes sense. So in there, we have many of our resources that, push students forward in entering college. For example, we have Achieve. This is our first year experience of this program. It is designed to make sure that students are comfortable with their major, that they're meeting their counselors, that they are getting used to their surroundings, but also being successful. They even put like a peer mentor. So peer mentor is actually a student or even a faculty member that has all this experience of being at ARC, at the same time sharing the same struggle that you might share in the future. And we have our Connect Center. So the Connect Center helps prospective and current college students to apply to American River College. That's why I said it's very important. The Connect Center is like, it helps you with the 5 steps to enroll. Like first, you probably, like when I first started at ARC, before I even started, I did not know how to apply. So I went there and I told them, can you please help me understand how to apply? So a student sat with me or staff, and they showed me step by step how I could apply and how I'm gonna wait for my student ID number to come later, and then I could use that. So that place is so important. And you might think that now we're all like at home and the school is closed. You can always contact them. Just give them a phone call. If you go to ARC and there is the resources and it gives you all the information about each department. So if you want to apply for fall or even summer and you're kind of confused, just give them a call during their office, like when they're open, and they'll be more than willing to help you out. And we also have our career and pathway services. Another my favorite office, because when I just graduated from high school, I did not understand the big world. Like, how do I apply to a job? I did not even know how to write a resume. So I was so scared because I became an adult. It means I gotta find a job. It means I have to do all these things, but I didn't have that support at home. But when I went to the Career and Pathway Center, a counselor sat with me. She showed me how to write a resume, and that is why I got a job as being a sage. Here I am. And she told me step by step, and not just that. I mean, we all kind of get nervous when we got to go to an interview, right? So they actually have a mock interview where you enter, you dress up professionally, and someone will treat you as they're trying to hire you for a job. Plus, another fun thing about this office is they have 2 tests. They're kind of like a personality test that tells you what major or career might work best for you. And usually that test is really expensive, but at the Career and Pathway Support Service, you get that for free. And importantly, financial aid. Many of us can't afford to go to college. And as many of us know, college or university can be very expensive. So that is why the financial aid is there to help us get the best kickstart in college while not worrying about it financially. And again, if you're planning to apply or have already applied, please give the financial aid a call so they can help you walk you through the application. And more about the Welcome and Support Center. I told you, when I go there, my voice becomes louder because there's all these programs that are there for you to be a successful student. There is the Call Worker, so it is an educational support program that helps those on public assistance become self-sufficient. Sorry, I can't pronounce that. Through education. And we have our disability service and programs for students and learning disability support provided, accommodation for students with disability to promote a successful education experience. And we have EOPS, CARE, and Next Up. These are, again, support programs for qualifying students with economic and educational needs to assist with educational success through a variety of service. So I gave you a summary, so I really want to tell you what these programs offer. I am part of the EOPS program, and throughout my stay in ARC, it had helped me so much because I was a new student. I thought I knew what I wanted to do with my career, but unfortunately I didn't know. So when I applied for the EOPS program, I met with a counselor 3 times through a semester. The first time I always tell them, I'm doing great, I'm on the right track. The second time I met them, I told them I no longer know what I was supposed to do. I was confused and lost. And then that is the help I needed. If I didn't meet with these counselors, I might have gave up. But instead they told me, okay, what is giving you such a hard time? Is it the classes? How can we help you so you can become successful? What programs can we assist you to? Do you need our ARC? There's many tutoring programs, either with math or English, which we will get to later on. That is why they were able to assist me to different places for me to recognize what kind of difficulty I was facing as a student. And here I am, very happy, ready to transfer one more semester. We also have our Veteran Resource Center, and this center offers support for the USA military veteran student and their dependent. Yay, we're finally getting to the student center. OMG, when I enter the student center, the first thing I would tell a student is the Starbucks, because I am addicted to coffee. And we all know, as college students, we don't get much sleep, so we absolutely need our coffee. And I kind of get to brag about it because I work there, and like, oh, I see all my friends and I'll be like, hi everybody. I quite feel famous when I'm there. So let me tell you a bit about the Student Center and all the different departments it has. We have the Center for Leadership and Development. As you can guess it, this is where we give the campus tour. I'm a stage and I work for that program. The Center for Leadership and Development, they give student access card. If you're gonna become a future ARC student, you're gonna go there to get your student ID card. So when you go to the library or the financial aid office, they're gonna require to see an advocation. Can't pronounce it. I talk so much, I can't pronounce the word anymore. They wanna see a proof that you are the correct student. And then we also have the UTP sticker. The UTP sticker, honestly, my first year, 2 years of college, that saved my life because I needed to take the bus to go to college and to go home. So the UTP sticker, they put it into your student ID card. Oh, I should have brought my student ID card to show you. And when you can take the bus for free, as long as you finish all your application and paid all your fees on e-service. Also, if you ever lose something and you're wondering where on earth did I lose that thing, you better come to the Center for Leadership and Development and you'll find it there. I truly hope to see you there one day at ARC. We also have the Health and Wellness Center, and I think this is very important that we have this. So the mission of the Health and Wellness Center is to place the health and wellness of our student first, providing high quality health and wellness service programs in an inclusive environment. That means if you're going through some struggle like mental health or physical issues, they're there to talk to you and assist you and give you direction of what you should do and how you can deal with whatever that you're feeling. And then we have the Hub, my second favorite community on campus. The Hub is an ARC community space focused on supporting and building community among students coming from underserved and disadvantaged background in higher education. As many of us know, that ARC is very diverse. As you could already notice, I am a Muslim woman, and sometimes we come from unprivileged background and we feel afraid that we might not be successful. That is why when I enter the Hub, I feel like I belong because they offer extra help for someone like me. So I'm gonna tell you a bit about the different offices inside the Hub. And I truly hope when you do become an ARC student, you would go there and take a look and you will get that energy of belonging and seeing the beautiful diversity there. So the program that we have there, we have the learning communities, that is Price, Punita, Umoja, Sakua, the Bright Center, the LGBTQ Center, Trio, Under Scholar Resource Connection, and Unite. And we also have the Berry Food Pantry. So twice a month, we have the food pantry where students can get free food. But later on, we realized that it is not enough that the food pantry happens twice a month. So we wanted to find a storage where we could actually provide food so students can come whenever they need food. And more about the Student Center. I already told you about the Starbucks, my favorite spot. I love it. Oh, I mean, it makes sense why I'm a broke college student. All my money goes to coffee. But of course, imagine a college with no food court. Oh, poor student would be starving. So we have the food court, and it features a selection of different food like Subway. There's always different diverse food that they have in the food court. And there, I said Subway before I saw in the PowerPoint. And we also have community rooms. We have these huge community rooms where big events happen, like fun events, educational events, and we got like special speakers that come over from all the states. So if you ever have an event and you're wondering where it could be at, it's gonna happen in one of the community room. And again, come visit the Student Center for Leadership Development, and they'll tell you exactly where they are. We wear a green vest, just letting you know. And we have another important building, and that is where the real kind of work happens. And I think you might want to take a close listen if you're going to have any issue when you're signing up, or you signed up and you're like, okay, why am I not getting my financial aid? How can I get my parking pass? So the administration building, we have administration. So administration, it helps with the college application, registration, transcript evaluation, graduation, and other recorded related service. You heard me, right? So everything that's kind of related into like verifying, like you're verifying your units and all of these very cool stuff that can sometimes be kind of difficult. And we have the business service. So this is where, if you're gonna be working as a student, this is where you get your money. That's where I used to get my money. And then, so this is where you can find your student refunds, parking pass, and access to the Bunk mobile student account. And as of currently, for summer and fall, you don't need a parking pass. Hooray! It means you're saving a little bit of money. I mean, although the consequences of not being at school is kind of disappointing, but a little money in your pocket. And we have the counseling center. That is part of the 5 steps that you need to take to officially become a college student, is the counseling center. Because many of us, when we enter college, we do have an idea of what we want to do, and some of us have no clue what they want to do. That is why you need someone to assist you, someone to give you a whole plan of like, you're going to take this class, this class, this class, and you're going to go on the right track. I'm going to share my experience. So unfortunately, when I first started, I was new. I did not talk to a counselor, so I pretty much wasted a whole semester picking classes I did not even need, but then I was kind of excited. I was like, yay, I'm a college student. I can pick whatever classes I want now. And I only realized that the next semester that I wasted a whole semester. But then I learned something from it, that I better go to the counseling center whenever I need help, or whenever I need counseling to know what major or path I'm going to take. And we have the transfer center. That's gonna be my favorite spot next semester, because I'm gonna need a lot of help because I don't know how to transfer yet. So Transfer Center provides the most current application, catalog, and resource to ensure that students have a smooth transition to a 4-year college and university. Oh, my home. This is my home. So as you can see, the next slide is the library. And this is where I took the best naps. I'm just playing around. This is actually the most peaceful place to actually study. We have 3 floors. The first floor is where you could honestly talk to friends and do homework together. The second floor, it gets quieter. And this is where you could like maybe work on assignment, but you want a little bit of background noise so you don't feel lonely. The third floor is just silent. And I had my own personal experience where I almost got kicked out of the third floor because, as you can imagine, I have a quite loud voice. So when you go there, if you're gonna go to the third floor, you have to be very quiet. There's also many rooms where if you want to meet with your classmates and like have a study session, they're there too. Oh, I miss it. I think I miss the library so much. I don't know, NAPS feels different there. Next, we have our computer math complex. And I'm so sure you already have seen the general map of ARC. That is like on the other side of where the art is. So if we were actually going like walking through this, we would have needed a lot of water. Also during this weather, it's quite hot outside right now. But thank goodness we're doing it from home. So let me tell you a bit about the computer math complex. As you can see, it already has math complex. So the programs and majors that are included there is accounting, business technology, computer information science, management, marketing, real estate, and technical communication. So if you're interested in any of these areas, look at our very diverse careers at ARC. Oh, this is really exciting. So our next slide is gonna show us the new science, the STEM building that is being built right now. And I have heard from faculty members that work there that it is almost looking complete. So you all gonna be lucky if you're gonna apply for next year or for fall. You might see this and you might take some classes over there because it is designed in such a beautiful way. And the programs that this STEM new building is going to have, the honor programs, math, the Math Learning Center, the STEM Center, and Trio STEM. So this is very focused on the science majors because we realized we always want to do the best. So that's why it was built. We want like the best technology, the best education for our student. So when they actually do transfer, you have a less stressful experience of adjusting to the university. And also our college, another thing about ARC, it really works in a way where you don't need to go to a 4-year university if you want to just get a certificate. So they always work in a way where a student can be successful in any way they want to. And next we have the LRC Learning Resource. The LRC again has many programs and I'll walk you through some of them and I'll highlight the one that really helped me. Again, I talked to you about the tutoring center and how don't feel alone, that if you're gonna be a science major or an English major or any kind of major, don't feel like you're gonna struggle and you're not gonna find any help, because the way the school system works, there's just so many departments, as you can see from the PowerPoint, that is designed just to make you feel comfortable, to make you feel like you're gonna be successful in your classes. Like when I first started, I was an ESL student. I did not know English very well, so I always thought I did not belong in my classroom. The reading was difficult, the writing was difficult, and I barely could spell, and I felt discouraged till someone directed me to the Learning Resource Center, and I was kind of surprised. I'm like, what? There's someone that actually willing to look through my essay, and not just that, someone that is willing to sit hours with me just to teach me the basic knowledge that I was embarrassed to admit that I didn't know. So let's look at the programs. So first we have the ESL, English as a Second Language Center. And this is where a student, like I myself was, can come and get the very important help so they could get adjusted to the language. And we have RAD. The RAD, it means Reading Across the Discipline Programs. It helps students meet their academic goal by improving their reading strategy and test-taking skills. So when I was part of that program, as I told you, I did not have the best reading skills, and I took like history and even science. All these texts were so difficult for me to understand. So they gave me like a whole papers of different vocabularies, whole way of like how I could read but also understand. And we have the Student Tech Center. I used to always leave my phone there to charge because I use my phone a lot, unfortunately. JK, I don't know, it's always dead for no reason. So I always make sure that I take it there to get charged. But let's say you have like a problem with your computer or with technology, or the school Wi-Fi is not working, and that's where you would go to Student Tech Center, and they will help you out. Isn't that incredible to actually have that free service instead of like going outside of school? And we have the tutoring center. So the tutoring center acts as a drop-in and an online or like a session. So how that works is, let's say a student took a class in history, or I keep on saying history, let me think of another class. Or like, wow, my brain is frozen. All I can think is about history. I'm so sure there's other classes. Or English, and they did it very well in the class. The professor would actually let that student next semester teach a mini class for the students that are currently taking it. And honestly, if you think about it, that student passed it already with a good grade, but they know all the secret to help you pass and where to focus on your studies. And this works also for many of like the chemistry classes and biology classes. Next, we have the WAC. So WAC is the writing across the curriculum. Sorry, my phone went off for a while. So that program helped me so much because I'm an English major, but like, as you have seen from my background, I just slowly started learning English. So I needed a lot of help because I was taking like very hard courses. So without WAC, I cannot even imagine where on earth I would have been, because I didn't understand how to work a thesis out or if my essay was going the right direction. So everybody there was more than willing to help me through every single step. Then we have Davies Hall. So Davies Hall hosts the largest number of classrooms on the first and second floor. The third floor includes faculty. This is where faculty have their offices. And this is where I spent my kind of last moments of being at ARC in Davies Hall. So let me tell you a bit about what kind of programs and classes that you might see in Davies Hall. So the programs are major. We have anthropology, economic, history, human services, international studies, legal assistant, political science, psychology, social science, and sociology. So if you're planning to take any of these classes, the first thing that you're gonna think of when we're back on campus is that classroom is going to be in Davies Hall, for sure. We also have our study abroad program, which I'm very fond of. So the purpose of the study abroad program is to offer a variety of program and service that will provide students, faculty, and the community with large knowledge. So the study abroad program, you actually get to visit different countries and study there, either during the fall semester or the summer semester. That really enriches your background and your knowledge about different culture while you're still finishing your education and getting that unit, and you're going on the path to transfer. And not just that, they help you with the fee as well. There's just so many scholarships and programs to help you with that study abroad fee. And again, that is why I'm so impressed by this, because you get to learn, you get to be more of a rounded person while being somewhere else. Also, you get out of your comfort zone. And we're gonna dive into more detail about what kind of each division has, like the English department, the humanities department, just to see which thing might be interesting for you. So my favorite department, English, of course. So the programs, the English division has creative writing, English, of course, English education, journalism, literature, social science, and sociology. Shout out to my English major over there. And for the humanity programs, we have English interrupter and interrupter. And we have our deaf culture and ASL studies. We have early childhood education, English as second language, foreign language, foster and kinship care, humanities, philosophy, speech communication. By now, I should all tell you, please bear with me. I apologize if I talk too much. My favorite thing is to talk a lot, but I truly hope that you're finding stuff that you're interested in. At the end, I promise I'll share a funny joke with you just to make things more delightful, as I know I'm providing a lot of information, which is cool that it's a recorded video. You can always come back and take a look at it. Next, we have Howard Hall and Raef Hall, if I pronounced that right. So we have our math division there, and this is usually where math professors have their office hours. And yep, and a little bit about Raef Hall. That's where I took my film class this semester. It was incredible. It felt like I was sitting in a movie theater. That's why it was so cool to actually watch the film in that space. So Raef Hall hosts the largest lecture hall on campus, and it's occasionally used to host guest speaker for college hour. Well, I was one lucky person that actually got to take a class in that space. And our next slide is technical education. And I think I already said that ARC is very diverse in different careers, where we're all kind of different. There's some of us that like to use their hands, and there's some of us that like to, read books to learn. Sorry. And the struggle of doing something at home is being interrupted. So back to what I was saying, some of us like to read books and learn. Some of us have different way of learning. So when you're at ARC, don't feel like you're going to be excluded. I'm so sorry about that. So let me tell you a bit about the programs that is there. So we have our automotive collision technology. If we were actually at campus, we would have visited the place, and you would have seen cars all torn apart, and it was so cool. And you see sport cars, and you got the latest kind of cars, like a Tesla. I'm so sorry for all the cars people that are expert. I'm not such an expert, but I found it so cool. They would even let anyone that's visiting to check out these different spots. And the best thing, since I kind of sometimes lack the knowledge of what they actually do, they would give the tour. But today, I'm giving you that tour. So we also have over there the automotive technology, design and engineering technology, and electronic technology, energy, floor design, agriculture, hybrid vehicle technology, and that is the SELA. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. And the building technology. Next, we have the Child Development Center. Some of our students have children to take care of. At the same time, we want students to not worry about where the children are going to be at. That's why we have the Child Development Center. It is a child daycare where students can leave their children and they can go to their classes, and that way student can successfully finish education while at the same time making sure that the child is safe and it's in a great environment. Next, we have a very fun part of our campus, and that is Kinesiology and Athletics. And if you're someone that is into sport, then please take a close listen to this, because we have an incredible football team, volleyball team, and if you're interested in transferring to university with that background, then I'm telling you, ARC is just perfect for that, because we even have our own athletes actually have their own counselors where they provide them feedback because they're like they're special. So the programs that are for athletics is, of course, athletics, dance, fitness specialty, health education like CPR and first aid, physical education, and sport medicine. And point of interest, like you don't need to like be in that major, or like let's say you're a student that's stressed out from all your other studies and you want to do something different. And this is where you would take any class like tennis or baseball or tennis. I already said tennis, oopsie, sorry. For me, I took a tennis class, and it was the best decision I ever made because it feels like a whole different environment. You get to sweat all your stress out, and you get to hang. It's really fun actually because you're hanging out with friends, you're doing sport, you meet other people, and you go back to your regular classes. Next, we have our health and education. As I don't know if many of you know, but we have our own nursing programs. So if you are interested in any of these programs here, you get to be certified right away and go into the career that you want to, like right away too. So the programs that we have in that division is emergency medical technique and funeral service education, healthcare interrupting, nursing, allied health, nutrition and food, EMT, and respiratory care and speech language pathology. I'm so sorry for like missing the words because I think I talk so much, but I want to say thank you. You have survived the campus tour. Hooray! And it's so funny that I sweated this much while just sitting down. Imagine if I was on campus. I wish I was, but then kind of grateful that I'm here. I truly, truly hope that you kind of got to know what is ARC and what is like the different careers that you could study while you're in ARC. And I did promise that I'm gonna say a joke at the end because I always say jokes on my campus tour. Lucky you only get to hear one because my jokes aren't that funny. If I was given the actual campus tour, I would have said 20. So here it is. Why are frogs always happy? And the answer is they eat whatever bugs them. So, and the main purpose behind that joke is that the frogs eat whatever bugs them. But whenever you're going to be faced with difficulties and whenever the world brings you down, actually eat a cake. Don't eat anything that stresses you out. Oh, hope. And for more information, you could, those emails are provided there. You could send any questions that you have. And I truly, truly hope that you found this whole campus tour was helpful. And thank you very much. Yay!
Yay.